A movie nerd's dream is most likely the Oscars. That's right. Even if you're not one of those, Oscar tiered movie watching people, there's something about the Oscar season and the nominations, and then it gets you kind of excited about maybe those nominations that you didn't see that you want to catch up and see before the awards in March. It's a really fun time, and we are in that time right now because we finally got the nominations for the Oscars for 2026, and we're going to go through them. Before we do, though, we got to just give so much love to Sinners for 16 nominations. I had to give a little dramatic pause for that because it is absolutely incredible to set a record like that. So I just want to talk about Sinners for a moment because we're going to talk about Sinners and we're going to talk about One Battle After Another because these two seem to be going head to head with a lot of these categories. And since both of their releases, I probably watched both of these movies probably around between like 5 and 10 times each. So I've seen these movies quite a lot. But I just got to give Sinners its flowers. Ryan Coogler from Oakland, the Bay Area, my home, just makes me so proud. And it's just such an incredible achievement. When you look at the movies that have won or been nominated for the most Oscars, it's kind of incredible that Sinners stands above all these movies now. So I just want to ask you, when you saw that Sinners was nominated for 16 Academy Awards, what did you think when you saw that news?
Well, I watched it live. I was watching because I was up going to work anyway, so I decided to watch the announcements. And by the time they got to like cinematography, like because everything was like this, and Sinners. And by the time they got to cinematography, I was like, how many times have they said Sinners at this point? Like this feels kind of crazy. And then I was listening to the John Campea show when I was at work, and lo and behold, it was 16 nominations that it got, which beat the record of 14 nominations held by quite a few movies, the last being Lord of the Rings: Return of the King,
right?
Which is pretty crazy to think about. That's over 20 years. That's like 23 years since that record's been touched. So,
and that's the most wins at 11, right? And then just to give you some context, the 14 nomination previous record holders was All About Eve from 1950, Titanic from 1997, and La La Land from 2016.
Oh, La La Land, that surprises me. To me, it's just a testament to 2025 was the year of Sinners. I mean, it came out early, but the year kind of peaked early with Sinners because it was a huge phenomenon. Everybody loved it. I haven't talked to a single person, even people in my real life that, are more casual moviegoers. They'll see things here and there. They love Sinners. My radio station, they do like entertainment news very briefly, like it's like 5 seconds here and there. They talked about Sinners on the radio like 5 times, at least the times I've heard it, like 5 times every month. It would just be radio hosts being like, I watched Sinners last night, it was amazing, here's the entertainment news about this, by the way, I watched Sinners. Like, it was just talked about all over the place. And I think that it's a real cultural moment that Sinners latched onto. I think Sinners kind of reinvigorated a lot of cinematic languages. I think that Ryan Coogler did a lot of innovative stuff with music, the way that music was depicted and history.
Somebody take me.
There was so many great like the blues music, and I think that the
Happy
way
Sunday,
that
Lucas.
I just feel like the way that he was able to capture it all on film is awe-inspiring. And I think the Academy noticed that. I think people who just watched the film noticed that. And it just kind of felt like, this is the cherry on top of the year that was Sinners. Do I think it's going to win 11, or 12 is going to break the record? I don't know about that. But the fact that it got this many nominations, that this much was recognized of it, I think is very deserving. I think is awesome. I'm so proud of Ryan Coogler and everyone involved. Like, they really pulled off something amazing. We got to witness something that's incredible in our time as movie fans. And you know what? If Blade just held out, they could have had that best costuming award, because they took the costumes from Blade and put it in. So Blade, you could have been what you could have been. But no, this is fantastic. It's totally earned, and I was very pleased to see all the nominations that it got, and it deserves every single one of those nominations.
It absolutely deserves. It absolutely deserves all the nominations, and I hate to poo-poo on just how Oscars treats creators of color and gender. I think they have a ton of work to do in all those categories. But this is a huge feat that needs to be celebrated. And I'm really trying hard not to focus on just what the Oscars does. But since this is my show, I'm going to anyways, because pretty much Oscars do this a lot in our lifetime, where it's like, oh my God, Moonlight got nominated for all these things. They're finally putting Black creators on. We are on the right path, and then nothing for a long time. And then, oh my God, Sinners, we're finally putting people of color on, given their spotlight, and then nothing, and so my hope is that this is a big wake-up call for the voters in the Academy, that there are so many creators of color and female creators, that I hope it gets more diverse as we go, that setting this record with 16 nominations is an indicator that there are many, many artists out there that don't look like us, that deserve recognition. And I hope that's what this does. But I can't hold my breath, because I've seen this pattern before.
Hollywood also has to allow those projects to get greenlit in May so the voters can vote on them. 100%. It's not all on the voters. Yeah.
100%. And, and then we got Netflix, buying Warner Brothers, and a lot of these are Warner Brothers films. And so is that a good thing? Like, we'll see. Zach, they gave The Color Purple 11 nominations as like a great pat on the back, and then nothing won. And so, I really want to focus on 16 nominations is absolutely incredible. And every time I watch Sinners, I appreciate something new about the film. It is one of my favorite films of the last decade. But the reality is, this is what the Oscars do. And so what made me think about that is when you were being realistic and saying, realistically, are they going to win 11? Most likely not. Most likely, my hope is like they'll win around 5. I think 5 are pretty well deserved. And when we run down the nominations coming up in just a second, we'll dive into a little bit about what we want and then what we think will win. But I just wanted to reality check us while still appreciating the incredible achievement that Ryan Coogler and his entire team have achieved, because it's absolutely incredible and it needs to be celebrated. So with that being said, let's get into all the nominations and let's see who else we got going on, and if Michael B can beat Timothée Chalamet. Let's check it out. You ready for this?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into our little presentation view, and we are going to share my screen. And I really liked NPR's nominations list. Can you see this? Can you see? I see it. Can you see our Marvel and DC collaboration to announce the Oscars? Bravo.
I didn't even pick up on that. That's so true.
I love it. Adebayo and Sentry, take us away, my friends. All right. With the first nominations, we just got Sydney Sweeney. With the first nominations, let's take a look at it, okay? For Best Picture, and then we're going to go down nominations, and then Zach and I are going to say who we would like to win and who we think will be the winner, which can be two very, very different things. So, with that being said, Best Picture, we have Begonia, F1. Zach, I feel like I'm doing your nominations readings. F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. So, and then I just want to say, so Zach thinks, unfortunately, so he's going even lower. He thinks Sinners is going to be around 2 wins. But he was saying it's a strong year, so they do tend to like want to spread the love around. Right. What do you think is gonna win? And then what would you like to win?
I have to acknowledge, first off, I haven't seen Hamnet, The Secret Agent, or Train Dreams. Oh, okay. I'm actually not that bad. So I've seen the rest of them, but I haven't seen those 3.
Okay.
What I would like
for
to
being
win,
honest.
I would want Sinners to win. Okay. Honestly, that's who I would want to win, just because I feel like of all the movies this year, that's the one that took the biggest risk, did the most 100%. Innovation, and kind of left the overall impact. Like I feel like when we think back to 2025, we're going to be thinking of Sinners, regardless of who wins. I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I would say I totally agree, but man, One Battle After Another speaks more to the time we live in more than any movie. I think it speaks more to the time we live in more than any movie I've ever seen in my life. And so when we look back, I really think Sinners and One Battle are going to be tied to each other for a very long time. And it's very interesting because one deals with immigration and how we deal with that in 2025. The other deals with Black people in America, slavery, Jim Crow laws. These things are not too far from each other and are very, very closely tied with very similar themes. So I think, for better or worse, whether you want them tied or not, I really think, to expand on what you're saying, we're going to look back 10 years and talk about these 2 movies more than any movie that we've seen. Go ahead. So yours is the same as mine, by the way. It's I want Sinners. It's gonna be One Battle After Another, and I think our boy Zach is saying the same thing. One Battle After Another is going to win, and I know he wants Sinners as well. And to Casatero's point, Frankenstein and F1 were really amazing movies. I think Frankenstein is probably my second favorite Guillermo del Toro movie behind Pan's Labyrinth. I thought it was absolutely incredible. And keep in mind, I did see it in theaters, and in the theater, it's a completely amazing experience than, on Netflix. But
I watched it on my phone.
Don't tell Guillermo that. And so
it's not my fault.
It is. No, I was kidding. And so I totally agree. I think if this was any other year, I think Frankenstein would have a way better chance. And we're going to get to the directors in a second. And then for F1 is very interesting. At first, I was very, very surprised because for me personally, I thought Weapons was an incredible movie for 2025. For the genre, how it pushed the genre of horror forward in a way that I didn't think was possible, since so much in that genre has been done, especially recently. And so I thought Weapons was just such an incredible film. I had a hope that if it was 10 Best Picture nominations, Weapons had to be one of them. And so when I saw F1, I'm like bloop, and then bloop, and then I'm like, but let's take a look at F1. it is an incredibly technically achievement in movie making, hands down. The filming of the racings, the sound, the editing. On top of that, it has one of the last Hollywood stars, Brad Pitt, with up newcomer Damson Idris. And so, and then our boy Oscar winner Javier Bardem, of course. So it has all these ingredients of what makes a great popcorn movie with the technical achievements of what makes Hollywood amazing. And so when you see F1 and people are like, what the heck? You got to take a step back and look about what this movie achieved. And when I did that, I opened up my own eyes because it made a lot more sense. So it was very hard for me to pluck one of these 10 and put in weapons, unfortunately.
I could do that with Begonia. Pretty easily.
Okay. I would, but people love that movie.
Yeah, I didn't latch onto it very well, to be honest. Yeah, F1 for me just kind of I'm not saying it's not deserved on this list, but it kind of came across to me as the Top Gun Maverick of this year, where
100%.
It's
another
the
technical
popcorn.
Achievement.
Yeah, but it's also the blockbuster summer movie that brings the normies into the Oscars. Because if you look at the rest of the list, this is all the prestigious, except for Sinners, which really took off. This is all the prestigious award stuff that you kind of used to see. Maybe not Frankenstein.
We're getting back to the old school like nominations. Hamnet.
Yeah, but F1 is like, that was a big summer movie. A lot of it was the dad movie of the year, much like Top Gun Maverick was the year it came out. So I feel like that's
I need a good dad movie sometimes.
Yeah, and it's a really entertaining film. I don't think it has any chance at all at winning Best Picture. Like, I don't think there's
no. Definitely
it'll get the people watching. It brings in the normal audience.
It definitely made my wife, when I was about to go do the show, put it on, and I'm like, wait, if we're gonna do a rewatch, don't watch it without. I want to rewatch it. What do you think about Zach's take that Avatar should have been in the place of F1? Do you think
I can't speak to it. I didn't see it. So I can't speak to it.
Sorry, Zach. I do not think it should take the place. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I think it's another incredible achievement in filmmaking and cinema, but man, every time I watch F1, I don't think Avatar movies are rewatchable, at least for me. This is my personal opinion, but I just feel like Avatar movies are something you should experience on the big screen in a dark room with a bunch of people you don't know, just experiencing all that is Avatar. And then once it's done, I'm done with it. So that's pretty much, I don't rewatch Avatar movies, but with F1, I like having it on in the background. I like maybe putting it on if I want like some mindless fun, popcorn dad action flick. So,
but to Zach's point, should a Best Picture nominee be a movie you want to put on in the background or run out to the theater to watch on the biggest screen possible?
I think both. I think two things can be true. Yeah. I think two things can be true.
That's very
sorry,
true.
I don't think Mickey 17 should be in this top 10.
I didn't like it very much, so no.
I liked it for what it was, but I do not think it could beat out any of these top 10, unfortunately. Oh yeah. I mean, I really like Gran Turismo from 2024.
Yeah, underrated. That was fun. You know what I could see in Best Picture? My pluck out would be Begonia. And I don't know if this is controversial or not, but this is just how I feel. Take out Begonia, throw in Wake Up Dead Man.
I totally agree. I love Wake Up Dead Man. I think it was a fantastic
film. It was great.
Film. All right, we got to get to the next ones or you're going to be here all night. You're not going to go to dinner, man. So let's get it going. and we're going to skip over the smaller ones, documentaries, short docs, stuff like that. We're going to brush over a little bit. We'll read out maybe some editing, stuff like that. And then we'll get around the big ones, okay? Let me know. Are you able to read this, by the way? I know it's a little small.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can read it. It's good.
Okay.
Pretty good. With my glasses on. Yeah.
Oh, take
us away. To read it?
Yeah.
You want me to read it? Oh, okay. Sorry.
I didn't
compute. All right. Should I read like performance by an actor in a leading role? Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another. Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. And Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent.
All right, who you got?
And the winner is okay. Here, I'll again disclaimer. Didn't see Blue Moon. Didn't see Marty Supreme. Didn't see Secret Agent. So really, One Battle and Sinners.
You don't need to do a disclaimer. We will put the disclaimer out. We have not seen all of these films, so some of them are going to be educated guesses because we do have our ear to the ground, and then some of them are going to be ones that we saw that we think I would choose that if it was me.
So if I was going by what I saw with Leonardo DiCaprio and Michael B. Jordan, I'm going Michael B. Jordan just for the dual role. I think that's and Sean Chandler pointed this out on John Campia's show. One of the dual role was another dual role, so it's like 3 roles exactly. But I think Timothy's going to take it. That's what the word is. That's what everyone's saying. That's where the buzz is.
He's got like an 80% or like high chance. So I don't want to say unfortunately because I do think Timmy is a very, very good actor. But I do think he's going to take it. If it was me, I probably would do. Man, this is really hard. I love Michael B in these roles. I think he was absolutely incredible. And every time I rewatch Sinners, I see something new from the different personalities that he's doing. And man, that ending when he's like, you know, when they're in the 80s and they're in the jazz club and he's like, you know, before the sun went down, I think that was the best day of my life. Was it like that for you? And he's like, last time I saw the sun, I always get teary eyed. Like last time I saw the sun, last time I saw my brother, you know, and it's like, and that song should have got nominated. I'm really upset. I've been listening to that song all summer when that came out. It came out a day before me and my wife's birthday. So we were in Napa and in the field, in the winery fields. And I'm listening to that song and it's like, has it been like it's the last time, you know? And I'm like, and it's like, oh my God, I'm like crying. And so it was just a really special song. And when I saw that moment when he said that, and he has the you know, the Southern twang, it didn't leave him after all these years, that he didn't want to lose that part of him, you know, and they're vampires. They've been wandering around, you know, that he's still Southern, that he still kept that as a reminder of the roots of where he came from. It's something so subtle, but it was something like so meaningful to me that like, don't lose your roots. And as we know with Ryan Coogler and him basing this off of the things he heard from his uncle who grew up around there, that his uncle never lost those roots or talking about those stories of the time when he grew up in that area. And so it's something so small. I'm just like, every time I watch it, I see something nuanced that Michael B added. So yes, I just convinced myself that would have been my pick, but Timmy, gosh darn it, you got it. All right, what do we got? Zach, this is a tough one. He said Timmy. He said Wagner Moura shouldn't be in this, though. I don't have a leg to stand on because I did not see The Secret Agent. However, I think Wagner Moura is a very underrated actor, and I'm very happy to see him getting the recognition, at least for his chops, but I can't speak on it because I didn't see it. And then Zach said, yeah, Sinners should have had at least 2 songs nominated. And I love you for getting my back, brother. All right, let's keep moving. Okay.
All right.
We're going to be here. We're going to be here all night. All right. Performance by an actor in a supporting role. Benicio del Toro for A Few Small Beers in One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi, well-deserved Frankenstein, made me a believer in Elordi. Delroy Lindo from the Bay, SF State alumni. Let's go. Sean Penn, One Battle. Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. And the Oscar goes to Sean Penn, One Battle After Another. I think, and who deserves it, I really think Jacob Elordi deserves it. In my opinion, when I saw that performance, it made me a believer that that guy can act. The body movements of Frankenstein, the way it told its own story, and the way that he moved, and the way that he evolved from being a baby to being, what he became in the end, just with the body movements, was such a great thing to watch and see a character develop over time, develop speaking, develop hair. Teach me how to do it. And so it was just such a amazing thing to see on screen. So I love Delroy, and I just want to be clear, to see him finally get an Oscar nomination. I thought he should have got it for Defy Bloods. I did not think that was a great movie by any means, but I thought him in that movie took my breath away. And so I was just blown away, and I've loved Delroy for a long time. I can't think of the Christmas movie. Someone help me out if they know it, but it's a fantastic Christmas movie. My wife and I watch it every year, and he's in it. And I love Delroy. SF, my boy. But that's my choices. What is yours, my friend?
I'm with you. I want Sean Penn to win. His performance in One Battle After Another is just dynamite. It's incredible. He's like a shark the entire film. It's incredible.
It was scary.
Yeah, that's who I want to win.
I love that you said that, because when you said that, it made so much sense. Like someone that, like, don't put your hand close to his mouth because you could get bitten.
Oh,
is how 100%. It felt.
100%.
Great way to describe him.
100%. I love that.
Thank you, Zach. This Christmas,
so much.
I love that movie.
Oh, this Christmas. I've seen all of these, by the way, so this is great. I could see Stellan Skarsgård taking it for sentimental value, only because that's more in line with a typical Oscar performance. Like, he's really good, and he has to bring a lot of dramatic emotion to the performance. Being a reserved kind of guy, but also longing for connection. So I could see him taking it, just because that's a little bit like the rest of these are a little bit more not typical Oscar winner performances, I guess you could say. But I want Sean Penn to take it, and I think he could. But if I had to, like, say right here, right now, what I think will win, I could see Stellan Skarsgård taking it.
It's a very Alan Arkin from Little Miss Sunshine surprise win, where it's like, towards not the end, but more in his twilight years, but still shows people that he has it kind of role. And I could definitely see that. I'm actually getting a little bit warmer on that because I think Stellan Skarsgård is such a great actor. He should have won. I don't even think he got nominated. Help me out, Zach, if he did, for Andor. He was so good in that first season. I sacrificed my life for a sunset I'll never see. It's like, oh my God, dude, this is the best acting in Star Wars, hands down, period. So what is our next category, my friend? Let's keep it going.
All right. Performance by an actress in a leading role. Jessie Buckley, Hamnet. Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson, Song Blue. Renee Ringsby, Sentimental Value. Emma Stone, Bugonia. Oh, okay. I'm gonna give it to Rose Byrne. Honestly, of what I've seen here, I thought she didn't like the movie all that much. Thought she gave a phenomenal performance, but it's gonna be Jessie Buckley. All the hype is around Jessie Buckley. All of the buzz is around her right now. All the podcasts I listen to that talk about the Oscars, they've all got Jessie Buckley. So I think she's gonna take it for Hamnet. But of what I've seen, I would do Rose Byrne.
I think you're absolutely right. I think Jessie Buckley is a shoo-in. It's hers. It's hers to lose. So Hamnet. The other ones, I would say, Rose Byrne is just absolutely incredible. It's something that people keep forgetting how good she is, and she has to keep constantly reminding people that like she is one of those ones, and this movie did that again. So I would highly recommend seeing this movie, but also I think there is a slight chance. So we shall see. Jesse Buckley clean sweep. Yeah. Or Hamnet clean sweep. I don't know. Performance by an actress in a supporting role. We got Elle Fanning, sentimental value. Inga Ibsdottir Lilias. Oh my goodness, I butchered that. I'm sorry. Sentimental value. Amy Madigan, weapons. Thank you. Wumi Mosaku, I love you, sinners. Tiana Taylor, one battle after another. And the award goes to Amy Madigan in weapons. And who I would like to win is Amy Madigan in weapons. But I do have to say though, Wumi Mosaku is a absolute bona fide star. I think she is one of my favorite actors doing it today. I think Lovecraft Country put her on the map for me in a big bad way. And I thought she was absolutely incredible in everything I've seen since. She was in Batman vs Superman. You ratted on Superman. No, but she has been around for a minute, and now it's just like you're finally getting the love you deserve. So I love her, but I want Amy. I think it's going to be Amy. Who do you got?
Amy Madigan does stand out to me because of the character that she created for weapons.
Jokerish, right? Jokerish?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
One of those.
But I also really liked Elle Fanning and Inga in Sentimental Value. I think it's gonna go to Elle Fanning or Inga. I'll stick with Elle Fanning. I think it's gonna go for Elle Fanning. Again, it's just a little bit more of like what the Oscars look for typically in performances. But I would probably choose Amy Madigan. The other two are fantastic as well from Sinners in One Battle. They're just not in it very much as opposed to the other three.
I know. So Zach says, I want Amy Madigan, but he thinks Tiana is going to win, which is interesting. I don't know if she has. I know she won the Golden Globe, so the heat is there.
Yeah.
She did a great job on SNL last night. I watched a little bit of that. However, the Oscars loves doing this redemption thing where someone was nominated like years ago. We haven't really seen them since. And then they come out with a banger of performance, and then they finally win. And with Amy Madigan, she was nominated in 1986 for Twice in a Lifetime. And so I could see that like redemption arc, and they love that kind of redemption story of like crawling her way back to the Oscars and winning it all. And so I think I could definitely see that. So that is really why I'm also leaning towards Amy Madigan. But I think Zach are right that Elle Fanning was fantastic. This girl can act. We've known this for a long time. She kind of disappeared a little bit, not in the sense of like she had a hit TV show, was something the Great, right? I think that's what it was, Zach. Did you watch that? No. With Nicholas Hoult. But she's young, and she's still reminding people like she's one of them ones as well. So I'm glad she's getting the recognition. All right. What do you got for best animated feature film? One of my favorite categories.
All right. Best animated feature film. Arco. Elio. I don't know why that's there. K-pop Demon Hunters. Little Amelie or the Character of Rain. And Zootopia 2. I don't really... Okay. I've only seen Elio, K-pop, and I wouldn't pick either of them, to be honest. I like K-pop for the music. I didn't really care for the story all that much. But Elio, I didn't like very much at all. I'm just gonna say Arco because it's probably some out there like Flow So maybe the Academy will pick Arco. But I didn't see enough of this to really judge. Zootopia 2 was a crowd pleaser. Will that get it an Oscar? I'm not sure because I didn't see the movie. So I'm just gonna go out on a wild branch here and say Arco.
I can't believe was this 2025 Zach's favorite Niza 2? Was that 2025?
Yeah, Niza 2 was 2025. Yep.
That's kind of crazy. Okay. And then also Demon Slayer, which is Infinity Castle, which just like took the world by storm. So it's interesting they didn't get as much love here. I think it's going to be K-pop Demon Hunters, but I do think Zootopia 2 has a chance. So that's my opinion. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go on.
I don't have much to say about this. I didn't see enough of them.
Yeah, and to Zach's point, Zootopia 2, I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters was a cultural staple because of those songs, but you best believe Zootopia 2 making a Billy that quickly, setting records, it's a phenomenon in itself too. Mm-hmm. And the phenomenon has been happening since 2016, but the second one just proved like people love this franchise. Like they are obsessed with Zootopia, as they should be, because the writing is superb. And yes, they always ignore anime, unfortunately. Sorry to my anime brothers and sisters. All right, guys. No. Sorry, we're not going to do it. I'm trying to get through this. So Zach, go to dinner. Achievement in cinematography. Frankenstein. Marty Supreme. No, I just tried to change it. One Battle After Another. Sinners. Train Dreams. I think it's going to be Sinners. I think it's going to be Sinners. I thought for a second One Battle, what I would hope is Frankenstein, because the cinematography was absolutely incredible. That shot on him on the ice in the twilight hour. I saw the behind the scenes. They told him he's not going to be able to get that shot. Guillermo said, "We're getting that shot. This is the closing of the scene. We need this shot. We're filming it."
Right.
Got it. It was incredible. The layers, the horizon. What did David Lynch say in the Spielberg movie? When you see the top and you see the middle, that's the horizon. When you see the bottom, it's like that's what you need to know about film. Like
the Fableman.
It was like, okay,
that's right. Yes.
Fable. It was like, okay, right there. That's that's it right there. It totally reminded me of that. So those are my choices. I think Sinners is absolutely incredible, and I do think it has a chance. I just think it's gonna get snubbed here, and so I really think it's gonna be. Wait, did I say Sinners was gonna get? No. Sorry, I think Sinners is gonna get it because they're gonna snub Ryan. That's my opinion.
Oh,
I think they're gonna give it. I think they're going to give it to cinematography, and they're going to give best director to Paul Thomas. And so I think it's like one of those. They do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chefs do that. No, that's from The Long Kiss Goodnight. For those deep cut, Gina Davis movie, Samuel L. Jackson. You ever see that?
I haven't. I got to put that on my watch list.
Put it on your list, my friend. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Sinners. Sinners for what I want, and Sinners for, I think, the winner. I mean, that movie is all about atmosphere, and the cinematography in that is what really brings that atmosphere to life. So I'm going with Sinners. I could see it being One Battle, I guess, but I'm going with Sinners.
All right. Sorry to put these like almost over your face, but Zach, I can see One Battle because the chase scene.
Dude, that was incredible. That incredible.
Chase scene where in One Battle they're going up and down, and you can see the cars and you can see the horizon again. And very it's cool. Just like the tension is building in the way that it's shot and the way that it was mapped out with the leadings of the cars and the one getting closer. It's an iconic shot. It's a really iconic shot. Is it the best chase scene? I'll give that one to Silver Surfer, but I totally agree. I think Ryan is going to win best original screenplay. We're going to get to that. but I think you're right. All right. What do you got for costumes, my friend?
All right. Achievement in costume design: Avatar: Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. I'm going with Frankenstein on this one. I really liked Frankenstein's the whole production and costume design of Frankenstein. I thought was just very immersive. I liked it a lot.
Is that who you also would want to win too?
Oh yes, sorry, yes, Frankenstein for who I want.
It's who you want and who you think. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's going to be Frankenstein. I want Sinners so we can fulfill Zach's prophecy that Blade would have won an Oscar.
That's what I'm saying. If they just held on.
But man, let's take a pause for a second, because Ruth E. Carter is now the most nominated Black female of all time.
That's incredible. Good job.
It's absolutely incredible. And if she wins, it'll be the most winning. So I would love to see that as well. And Zach is kind of on board with us too. I'm going for Frankenstein, but he thinks, oh, okay, switching it up a little bit. He's going the opposite. He wants Frankenstein, but he thinks Sinners will win. And I could see that going. I could see it going both ways as well. And thank you for backing me on the Silver Surfer chase scene. It is peak.
We'll be talking about that, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, you are absolutely right. All right. Achievement in directing. We have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. Josh Safdie. Sorry, other brother Safdie. For Marty Supreme. Paul T. Anderson. One Battle After Another. Not the original. Remember Paul W. Anderson, the one that directed Resident Evil?
Alien vs. Predator.
Alien vs. Predator, yep. Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value. Ryan Coogler, Sinners. And the Oscar goes to Paul Thomas Anderson. My choice would be Ryan Coogler. Who do you got?
I want Ryan Coogler. I can put hope in the Academy and say it's going to be Ryan Coogler, but it's probably going to be Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah. All right. Best. Nope. Sorry. We don't give a crap. No, we do, but we don't have time. Achievement in film editing. F1. Well deserved. Marty Supreme. Well deserved. One Battle. All these are well deserved, by the way. One Battle for Another. Sentimental Value. Sinners. I think for film editing, it's going to go to One Battle. And I think F1 deserves it for editing. I think that was incredible editing. Those scenes are just not hard to do. And we're going to get to sound in a second, but man, I thought it was incredible. Who do you got?
I would probably pick F1 just when you think of like all the footage they have to comb through and then putting that together in a cohesive film and everything. I just feel like they did a really great job with that, especially with the NASCAR racing scenes and intercutting in how they did that.
F1.
I could see F1. Yeah, F1. But I said
not NASCAR. No, those are different.
I don't watch Formula One. Can you tell?
The loyalists are going to get...
Come at me. I'll mute you. Yes, F1. And then, yeah, bring it on. I could see it going to Marty Supreme. I haven't seen Marty Supreme, but what I hear about Marty Supreme is that it's kind of like an anxiety-inducing film. Yeah, and a lot of that comes down to how it's edited and how it's put together. So if you want to get that feeling across, which it sounds like they did it successfully, a lot of that is how the film is edited and cut together. So I could see it going to Marty Supreme. I haven't seen it myself personally, but I'm going to say I want F1, but I could see it going to Marty Supreme based off what I've heard from other people.
Yeah, no, 100%. And yeah, Zach, you got One Battle probably winning, and then F1 should win. So kind of shares the same sentiments a bit.
There you go.
All right. Take us. So you want to do international? Let's give the international.
No, I didn't see any of them. I don't know. Oh, okay. I saw Sentimental Value, but I don't know anything else.
I think that will win. Oh, no, I mean, it's obviously between Secret Agent and Sentimental. You want? Why don't you do achievement in casting and the newer category?
Sure. Okay. Casting. Hamnet, Nina Gold, Marty Supreme, Jennifer Venditti. One battle after another. Cassandra Kulukundis, the secret agent. Gabriel Dominguez. Sinners, Francine Maisler.
That's easy.
I think it should go to Sinners, and I think it will go to Sinners. I think that was a really good ensemble cast, and I think the casting in that was really great. So I'm going to say Sinners is what I want. Sinners is who it should go to. That's my pick.
I am the same. I think it was absolutely. Zach wanted to know, what was that sound you made? Was it the kulu kulu sound?
I don't even know. Cassandra, what is that? Kulukudis.
It's close enough. Sorry, Cassandra.
It's probably not at all. Sorry, Cassandra.
No, I agree. I think it's just such an incredible cast, and every time I see them, I'm just like, everyone is so good in this. It's so perfectly casted, and with Miles Canton, he didn't get nominated? That's insane.
Think so.
Well, we'll talk about Snubs right after we're done with this. So I think that cast should get it and will get it. Achievement in makeup and hairstyling, Frankenstein. Kokuho, like the last name you described. Sinners, The Smashing Machine, The Ugly Stepsister, and makeup and hairstyling goes to Frankenstein.
Agreed.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
Original score. I love scores of movies, man. They make the movie what it is. It's not talked about enough, to be honest. I mean, we only know, John Williams and Hans Zimmer, and Ludwig is coming up, and I love that for us, we have a Hans Zimmer now. We have a new, it's like, oh, I love that.
Right.
I'm just Begonia, Frankenstein. Oh, cool. Alexander Desplat did that. Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. And I would say original score goes to Sinners. I want Sinners.
Agreed.
I think it's good. I want Sinners. I think it could go to One Battle, but I think it could go to Sinners. I want Sinners. Please, Sinners. Give us Sinners.
I'm just 100% agree.
Please, just give us Sinners.
And it should. It absolutely should.
All right. Original song. Let us hear it. You got to sing them.
Oh, my goodness. I'm
gonna You're gonna break your new mic.
Everyone just like, clicked off. I'm sorry about that.
Dear me.
Sometimes I do things live and I'm like, you're live, you idiot. That just happened. I don't know. I'm gonna be generic and say Golden's probably gonna win, but okay. I lied to you from Sinners. I mean, the music in Sinners is just great. So yeah, I kind of want I Lied to You, but it's probably gonna go to Golden.
I think it's gonna go to Golden, but I think I Lied to You should win. You cracked Zach's screen, by the way, so you owe him a new screen.
Fair point, man. Bill me.
All right. Man, I love production design. There's so many good categories. This is gonna be like a 4-hour Oscars. Me and Zach are gonna do the Oscars live. Actually,
love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Achievement in production design. We got Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. And the award goes to Frankenstein.
Agreed. I mean, come on. Yeah, agreed. It was so good. But you know what? Hamnet could also take it because that's like, they love period piece stuff. So
they love Shakespeare stuff. They do. I mean, like Shakespeare in Love, you know, like all these ones that come along that have to do with what Bill was going through during that time. You know, like they love that kind of stuff. So I definitely could see that getting some love there. No pun intended. All right, let's just get through this. So go ahead and read achievement in sound.
Achievement in sound. F1. Bernstein. One battle after another. Sinners. Surat?
I thought you gave up. I
don't know what that said. F1. I'm going F1. I think
F1,
it should.
100%. I think it will. All right. Achievement in visual effects, Avatar. Fire and Ash. And that's it.
That's all you need to say. Avatar Fire and Ash.
I love that Lost Bus got in here, though. I thought that was fantastic. What a great movie. And the visual effects of those fires just heighten the anxiety watching that movie. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't. I honestly didn't even know about it until it popped up on this list. So I haven't gotten around to watching it yet. But
America Ferrera. It is a fantastic movie. But it's gonna be it's gonna be Avatar Fire and Ash. Yeah, 100%. Very, very, but this is where the snub. We'll talk about snubs in a second. We'll get.
I think I know what you're gonna say, and I think I agree.
Yeah. It has to do with and no writing. Let's go. Adapted screenplay. We got Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams for adapted screenplay. Who do you got?
I will say I would want One Battle After Another to win. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to say it is going to win. I'm going to say One Battle After Another.
I say One Battle After Another, which is the same thing. All right.
There you go.
Can you please read original screenplay, sir?
All right. Original screenplay. Blue Moon. It Was Just an Accident. Is that? Oh my goodness. A lot of people wrote on that. Marty Supreme. Sentimental Value. And Sinners.
All right.
Sinners. I want Sinners to win. But I heard a lot of buzz, and it's kind of an international film for It Was an Accident, so I could see It Was Just an Accident winning again, Oscars. But I'm gonna go with Sinners.
I'm gonna go with Sinners, but I think I could see them give it to Sentimental Value.
That's true too. That was a really well written movie.
But I want Sinners, and Zach has Sinners. No, Sinners. Yes,
Sinners.
All right, let's take a look. Okay, let's talk about some snubs. Okay.
All right.
You see this?
Yes.
IndieWire did a good snub list. We're gonna get into it a little bit here. You know what? Let's go back to us. I want to talk about us for a second. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about snubs. Okay. So if we look down the list, there's some interesting snubs and surprises. This is going to be a little mix. I'm going to go over some. Tell me what you think. Okay. A surprise for Best Director was Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme. What'd you think? Was that surprising to you?
Not really. Because he got. Sorry, you're saying he got director? I think I misheard you.
Yes. They were saying
yes.
IndieWire was saying that was a surprise.
Okay, not really, because I heard a lot of buzz about Marty Supreme. So no, I'm not. I wasn't too surprised by that.
Okay. We're done. No. A snub was Jesse Plemons for Best Actor for Begonia. What do you think?
Based on who was in the list, I wouldn't say so.
Okay. Yeah, I would say based on the list, I wouldn't necessarily call it a snub. Was his performance fantastic in it? For sure. Mm-hmm. But for me personally, with Best Supporting act, was it Best Supporting they said was a snub? I just think it's too. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I think it's too hard to pluck anyone out of there to replace with Jesse Plemons. Surprise for best visual effects. The surprise they had was Jurassic World Rebirth and The Lost Bus. And for me, I really agree. I'm very surprised because the special effects in Fantastic Four was probably the best special effects that we've gotten in a superhero movie and a Marvel movie since Endgame. The scenes with the chase scene that Zach and I were describing with Quicksilver while she's giving birth was absolutely incredible. The scenes with Galactus didn't look off or out of place with how big he was, but it looked spectacular and cinematic on screen and made the movie so special. And so I really think Fantastic Four for best special effects is a huge snub. On top of that, I don't know if there was too much, but I thought the special effects in Superman was really good as well. And so I was really surprised to see Jurassic World and Lost Bus and not two of these big VFX heavy superhero movies. That was a big snub to me. What about you? What do you think?
I agree. The Lost Bus surprised me because I just had never heard of it. Jurassic World is a little bit interesting because the dinosaurs looked good. Like it did have good visual. I didn't really like the movie, but the visual effects were good. We've just seen them before. We've seen the dinosaurs. Like Fantastic Four was something new, was something different. I mean, Galactus I thought was a huge achievement. I love the way they put that together. So I agree with you. I think I would take out, like, I can't speak for the Lost Bus, but I would take out Jurassic World at least. Maybe throw in Fantastic Four. But yeah, it was that was a bit more surprising. I don't think I would include Superman. There was a couple shots for me that were a little bit iffy visual effects wise with Superman, but I thought Fantastic Four was pretty good. So I agree with you there.
Awesome. All right. I love when people agree with me. All right. Next. No, this is interesting, but I'm going to skip that. It was songs, but nah. All right. Surprise. Deborah L. Scott, best costume design for Avatar Fire and Ash.
Okay.
That was a surprise.
I can see why that's a surprise because you don't typically like, because it's all motion capture CGI work, you wouldn't typically think of it as a wardrobe award, but you still got to design, you still got to put stuff over the motion capture, and all that stuff has to be created from scratch. So I can see why that's a surprise. But you know, I can also see why it was included.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. All right, a snub was best costume design for Wicked for Good. And I do have to agree. I do think those costumes make that movie special. The movie itself might not been as great or good as we wanted to, but you can't deny that the costume design in the Wicked franchise that we've seen is just absolutely incredible, and our characters in itself. Now, can I take, and so looking at, Avatar, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners, I probably would have taken away Avatar. Sorry, Zach, and put in the costumes for Wicked for Good. So I do agree. What about you?
It's a little surprising, but I think it's also a matter of, like, it's the second half of a two-part story. The costumes pretty much transfer over from the first part. They already nominated the first part. And the second part wasn't as good. So I can see why they left it out, but I can also see why it's a bit surprising that it's not there, especially with Avatar making it.
Yeah, it was interesting. No, I totally agree with that. I didn't watch these movies, so I can't speak on it. They said surprise was best makeup and hairstyling for Kakuho, and
no
the
idea.
ugly stepsister. Yeah, I don't know. All right, surprise. Robert Kaplow for best original screenplay for Blue Moon. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Didn't see it, so sure. Good job, Robert. You surprised us.
Good job. All right. Snub. Here you go, Zach. The other Zach in the chat.
Oh,
Ava Victor, best original screenplay for Sorry Baby. Did you get to see Sorry Baby?
That was a good movie. Oh, that's a really, okay. I'd have to look back at that list and see if I agree with that because that was really good.
Right? Yeah.
Okay,
So
I could see that. I could see that because that,
that.
yeah, that was a good movie.
Fantastic movie. This is another snub I saw people talking about. Ariana Grande, best supporting actress for Wicked for Good.
No, not after that list. Chase Infinity should have been in there, by the way. I think that's a snub.
Yeah. That was
not Ariana. Not Ariana. Not for this one.
Zach was very happy in the chat for Sorry Baby getting some love for being snubbed. We gave them love here. The Oscars did not.
Also, for those who are gonna watch it, don't be fooled by the poster. It's not about a cat. It's just don't expect that when you're going to watch it. It's not about a cat.
Surprise. Delroy Lindo, best supporting actor for Sinners.
Kinda.
I think it's surprising, but I think it's well deserved.
Yeah,
I don't think it shouldn't be in there by any means. I think Delroy Lindo is one of the best actors doing it today, and he doesn't get the love that he deserves. And so I think for him finally to get this, it's surprising that the Academy finally recognized him as the great actor that he is and that they should be. And so I definitely agree. It was surprising in that sense, but it is insanely well deserved. And I am so happy to see Delroy Lindo get that nom. And beautiful story, his son got to be the one to call him and tell him. And he was just saying how his son saw him from everything from, getting some love to not getting some roles, the downs, the highs, the lows. And so for him to be the one to call him and be like, Dad, you got the nomination. He said it just was like the cherry on top of the cake and couldn't have been communicated to him in a better way. So I thought that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Snub. Mr. Snub. No. Paul Mescal, best supporting actor for Hamnet.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, I heard he was great, so I could see that, but I don't know who I would take off. Surprise, Kate Hudson, best actress for Song Sung Blue. I didn't get to see either, but I heard she was really good in it, and she kind of is having a little bit of a resurgence. She has a real funny show on Netflix, like where she's kind of like Jeannie Buss, like the head of the Lakers, like a basketball team. She's had a resurgence in his career, and I think this was a little bit of the cherry on top of the cake for her. So I could see how that was a surprise. And Zach is saying Kate Hudson jump scare. Do you get that reference?
I don't get
it. Zach, help us out with the reference.
Like in that you popped up on the list?
In the meantime, let's talk about what you said, which in my opinion is the biggest snub of our entire existence. No, of this year. One Battle After Another is arguably the best movie of this year. Mm-hmm. I do not think that One Battle could have worked, or the performances could have worked as well if they weren't acted against Chase Infinity. For her to be so new in the game and go toe-to-toe with Leo and Sean Penn and Benicio, all these heavy hitters who have been in the game for so long, and stand her ground and shine in the movie, it's absolutely incredible. And to not be recognized for doing that is a real crying shame for me. And to me, I really think that is the biggest snub of the Oscars, at least in my purview. If I take a step back, maybe there's more, but that's a real big one for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. But I also heard that her team was running her for best lead actor as opposed to supporting actor. I don't know how true that is.
Bad.
I heard that on a podcast somewhere. So
Okay.
that might have been why it didn't, because that lead actress category is pretty stacked, and it's hard to see
Yeah.
like who would you remove from
I
that
mean,
list to put in Chase
yeah.
Infinity. But if you did run her under supporting actress or campaigned her under supporting actress, I could see one of the sentimental value being not Elle Fanning, probably Inga being replaced with Chase Infinity. But I guess the story is that her team and Publis team and all that didn't run her campaign under supporting; they ran her under lead, and so they kind of botched it up for her in that regard.
No, I get that. I get that. Yeah, that would be a bad move. And I think Zach's right. I think Kate Hudson stole Chase's spot, and so it's really
Possible as well.
disappointing. But she's young. I think she'll have a lot more opportunities. Another snub, which I totally agree with, Joel Edgerton, Best Actor for Train Dreams, which
Mm-hmm.
Joel Edgerton does not get the love he deserves. He's an incredible actor all the way back to Warrior. He's been doing it. However, can I take away Timothée Chalamet, Leo, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura? I guess you probably would agree Ethan Hawke might be like the weakest link. However, I haven't seen that movie, and people say that he is like absolutely incredible in that.
Yeah.
And Handsome Hawk always gets nominated like somehow. And so I can't say personally if I would take him down and put Joel Edgerton in there, but I can agree that that performance was a crowning achievement of his acting career, and he should get more love for that than he did.
Yeah, I mean, totally fair. I hate to do this. I am starting to get text messages about this dinner that
Go?
started a little while ago. I do think I'll have to jump off here. Yeah. Did we have
Okay.
much more to go through for Snubs, or?
We don't have too much to go through for Snubs. We got some surprises. We had they were saying Snubs was, I mean, Zach's gonna like this, Avatar Fire and Ash and Wicked for Good. Zach, you wanna hop in since Zach is hopping out?
Yeah, switch out the Zachs. That's totally fine.
Switch up the Zachs because I do want to get into the Batman rider. So if you gotta jump off, that's totally okay with me.
Yeah, my apologies, man, but I really do appreciate you having me on here, man. This was a lot of fun. This was great, and I definitely hope we can do it again.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it again. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
100%. Take care, man. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care. Bye. All right, guys. Zach, you wanna pop in? All right, guys. Well, since it's just me and Solo, that will do it for the Oscar nominations, snubs, and surprises. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with the Oscar nominations? Do you agree with the snubs, or were you surprised about some of them? There was a lot that we went over, so I'm really curious to know what you think. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts.